Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat if you're new, and you have made it to the second part of my video series, how to find an apartment in Madrid without going crazy. Okay, if you haven't already seen the first part of this video, it's all about where to stay in Madrid and also some underrated places that people like to overlook. Okay, in this video, we're gonna talk about some expectations that you should be aware of when looking for an apartment in Madrid, so you can kind of prepare yourself a little bit better about what you're going to be getting. A little disclaimer before I start, this is gonna be a very broad generalization. Not every single apartment is gonna be like this, and whatever I say is just literally my opinion, and it's not law. I'm pretty sure there are people that are going to disagree with what I say, just like Jaime does on every single one of my videos. But that is also the beautiful thing about living abroad. Okay, so let's just get into the video. Expectation is the budget. The budget is very important in Madrid. The financial experts say that when you are paying for rent or mortgage, you should try to stay within 1/3 of your overall income. So if you're coming to Madrid as an auxiliar, 1/3 of $1,000 is 350 euros. 350 euros in Madrid center isn't gonna get you diddly squat, okay? You need to be flexible with your budget, or you need to be flexible with your location, that you're willing to go a little bit further out of the most popular areas. Most auxiliares that I know pay between 400 to 500 euros a month and get quite a decent room. Most people, on top of the $1,000 stipend, they do private lessons. Most private lessons you can charge $15 to $22 an hour. So you can afford to go a little bit above this 350 budget. And I also recommend that, you go above 350. I was staying in an apartment in the middle of Lalating, this beautiful apartment, for 350 euros. I didn't have a door, I didn't have a closet, and I didn't have a window, okay? So is it really a room? Not really. But if you wanna be in the perfect location in a beautiful apartment, that is what 350 is gonna get you. You're very lucky, and they can find apartments for cheaper in good locations, but it's not the most common thing unless you have really good Spanish or you know somebody. Okay, the second expectation I wanna talk about is if you're coming from an English-speaking country, unless you're literally coming from New York, most apartments in Madrid are a little bit on the smaller side compared to what maybe we're used to back home, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna find a beautiful apartment in a great location. Okay, my third expectations is most apartments do not have a dryer, they do not have a dishwasher, and most of the washing machines are in the kitchen, as well as some apartments do not have living rooms. Many investors, especially in high traffic areas, buy apartments that are quite big, and they split the apartment into 7 to 10 rooms, taking out the living room. So all you have access to is your bedroom, the kitchen, and the bathroom. In these cases, you can pay a little bit less, usually from 400 to 600 for these types of places, but you'll probably be the perfect location, and you'll probably have a pretty modern, beautiful apartment as well. But you'll also have 10 other roommates and probably just 2 bathrooms. My fourth expectation I want to talk about are terraces. Everybody wants a beautiful Spanish terrace. I completely understand. I have a lovely one outside the center of Madrid, and it's literally just so lovely to have. But you do have to realize that if your budget is on the lower side as an auxiliar, it's not likely you're gonna get a beautiful terrace connected to your bedroom unless you're willing to pay more for it. If this is one of your deal breakers, I do want to mention the majority of the time that you're coming to Madrid is from October to June. Most of the time you're not really gonna be enjoying the terrace because it's gonna be winter. You have like 2 months to a few months to enjoy the terrace. Is it really worth paying a high premium for a terrace that you're not going to use that often? My next expectation I want to cover is your deal breaker list. I mentioned in my other video about how you should be making a list about your must have on your list, and you need to cut that in third. For me, in Madrid, since it's such a hot city and it's very difficult to get an apartment, I recommend that really is the most important thing on your list should be metro proximity, the location, and the price. The other parts of it are not, those other things just become wants instead of needs. And the reality is, if you're only going to be in Madrid for 1 year as a study abroad or exchange or as an auxiliar, you're probably going to be in your apartment 30 to 40% of the time, and 60 to 70% of the time out exploring, getting to know people, learning, traveling, doing all these wonderful things that you do study abroad. The other things like, oh, it's ugly furniture, are not that important. And also you could buy some like cute little furniture, you know, to stick somewhere. IKEA is very near to the city center. My sixth expectation is Spanish roommates. Okay, if you're coming to Madrid and you are anything like me, you're probably coming super excited. You want to meet Spanish people. You want to speak a lot of Spanish. You're going to be best friends with your new Spanish roommate. You're going to be the best of pals. This is just not the reality at all. At all. By saying this does not mean you're not going to have a great Spanish roommate that you guys become besties. But from my experience and also looking on the auxiliar page of other people with Spanish roommates, that's just not the reality that you're gonna have. You have to think about, why is it gonna be like that? It's not gonna be like that because they already have their friends, they already have their life. You're coming here new, excited, you wanna explore, you wanna tour. For them, this is their home. Everything that makes it so exciting for you is been there, done that, seen that my entire life. Most people are not that super excited to introduce you to all their friends. And in most cases that I've had, most of the time you're not speaking to them in Spanish that often. Hi, hola, ¿qué tal? And you go to your room, or they go to their room. It's not this such a great, oh, we're best pals type of experience that you're probably hoping. I hope I'm not tearing down all your hopes and dreams, but most of the time, Spanish roommates, their life continues whether you're there or not. I'm sure also you're not the first foreigner they've met, and most people are not that excited to have a friend just for 6 to 7 months before you leave back to your home country. Most Spanish people are not gonna meet you and say, oh great, a foreigner in my house, like let me introduce you to all my Spanish friends, let me help you with your Spanish, let me just teach you everything about Spain, and let's just be the best of friends. Usually that's just not what's gonna happen, even though we would all hope, wish, and would love for that to happen. It just usually doesn't. That doesn't to say that some people don't have great Spanish roommates that they really get along with, but usually if they're not interested in learning English, they usually aren't interested to getting to know you and teaching you all about Spanish life and solving your problems for you. Okay, my last Spanish expectation, if you don't take anything away from this video, if you say like, I'm absolutely crazy and you don't want to listen to anything else in this video, the one thing that I hope that you listen is, do not live with your landlady or landlord. Just please don't do it. It's literally horrible. Most of the time when you live with the landlady or landlord, you usually have not as a nice experience as if you live with people that are completely equal to you. So it's the difference between living in someone else's house and living in your own house, where everyone is equal and everybody is the same. Every time you live with a landlord and it's their house, everything you do, they're gonna take a lot more personal. You know, you break something happens here or there, it's a lot more personal, whereas like if it's your roommate, it's not as big of a deal. Also, I feel like a lot of landlords like to take advantage of foreigners and English speakers because they're only here for a year. They can charge a higher premium. Like if you speak great Spanish, that's an advantage, but if you don't, then you probably are most likely gonna get taken advantage of if you live with your landlord. And in my opinion, it makes a lot of sense, because if you're a Spanish person and you don't speak English, why would you prefer to rent out a room to an English speaker who doesn't speak Spanish over a Spanish person? There's plenty of Spanish people looking for apartments. Why would they choose you over that? It's usually because they want to charge a higher premium. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about, once you actually have the apartment, what to actually say and what to do, so you can be 100% prepared for when you're getting your apartment. So don't forget to smash the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.